here today. We were originally meant to have Becca from the So Becca channel, but it's her birthday today, and a couple of her buddies showed up last night, or yesterday morning, I think it was. Plans changed anyway. Donna and Tucker showed up, and the Crafty Panda. So they're all going to hang out and have a good day together. I was actually going to try and go up and surprise her this morning, but due to some other circumstances, I decided to stay put here in Southern Virginia because she's in Northern Virginia, and I thought it would be fun to have a bit of fun here in my sewing studio. And so what I decided to do today, rather than work on some piecing, is actually do some free motion quilting. And a couple of my viewers over the last few weeks mentioned that they really enjoyed me doing the ruler work. So I'm going to do a little bit more with my rulers today on this block. Oh, hang on. Please bear with me a moment. And this is one of the blocks I made last year as part of a swap. And I thought it'd be really fun for me to go through and do some ruler work on this. And then Courtney from Pieces Love and Quilting was very kind and sent me some stencils and some pounce. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm going to try some of that today as well on this block that I made last year. This is actually my first FPP block. Go me. And then I've got another one here, which I've already pounced, which I'm guessing is the right way of saying it as well. So this is what I have going on today. It's going to be a lot of fun. It may be a hot mess, but you start at the very beginning and you learn and you get better with time. So let's see who is here. Apparently most of us are freezing to death this morning. I think it was about 20 degrees here overnight in Southern Virginia. Martha, I believe, said it was 27 down in Alabama, which is nuts. Dawn from My Quilt Projects is here. Sean from Model Lasagna. Stephen from Bland Designs and Idiot Quilter. Have I missed anybody else? Let's see. Probably. Okay, well, apparently got down to 55 in Florida last night. Let's see. Nancy is here. Good morning. Good evening. Pam from the Empty Nest Quilter. It's good to see you. Katie Crafts is here with us. Donna is here. Good morning. She's up there having a good old time with Becca and everybody else. Sew and Quilt with April Sawtell is here. Good morning, April. It was really good having you here with me last week. Diane is here. And let's see. Doreen, good morning. Oh, my friend Nicole Reed from Australia is here. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she's a lot of fun. If you haven't checked out her channel, she has a live that starts, I think it's like 5 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. I come home from work and usually log on for at least a little bit and hang out with that as well. Yeah, she said she's dropping in to say hi because it's 11 p.m. where she is, so it's fairly late for her. Christine, good morning. It's always great to see you. Kate from the Purple World, good morning. I think we said good morning to Doreen. Did I miss anyone? Donna, I said good morning. You definitely check out Donna's channel. She always has a bunch going on. It's 18 degrees in North Carolina. Let's see. Good morning. It's freezing cold. Maine is minus 45 with wind chill. I don't know if that's, I'm guessing it's Fahrenheit. I don't think it really matters. That's just cold. You can all keep that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, looks like we are good. Okay, thank you for putting in Nicole's channel. And I missed Janet. How did I miss Janet? I'm so sorry, Janet. Janet is my good friend from Western Australia. It's always good to have you here as well. I love having my Australian audience. I know it's hard for you guys because it's very, very late at night for you. So it means a lot. So, but yeah, if you have a channel that's quilting related on YouTube, or if it's knitting or cross stitch or anything else like that, let me know. I mean, I'm always happy to support and shout out to people because people did it to me when I first started, and it meant the world to me. And I'm more than happy to support others however I can. So yeah, definitely check out Nicole, Martha, Donna, Stephen. Did I miss anyone? Oh, April. See, my memory's terrible. I haven't had enough of this good stuff yet, so. Oh, Pam has a channel as well from Empty Nest Quilter. So, let's see. All right, happy birthday, Sean. Yes, it was my birthday on Thursday. I did not like to make a big deal out of it, so I've been kind of hiding in the shadows lately and letting Becca take all the credit for the birthday. It kind of worked out well that way for me. So, for everyone that rolled in a little late, I'm going to do some ruler work on this block that I did last year. This is the Tulip block. It's a free pattern by the Missouri Star Quilt Company. I'll get it right eventually. So I'm going to do some ruler work on this. I'm going to use the whatever they call it. What is this? Pointed leaf oval at the top, and then I might do some lines or something else like that for the bottom half. We're just going to have some fun. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. I always love hearing, not all the chat, you know what I mean. And then after that, I'm going to use some stencils that Courtney sent to me along with some pounce, and just have some fun on some of these blocks. This is a FPP block I made last year, and then I also have a flower that we did freezer paper applique last year on, and I've already put the pounce on this. So we're going to try that out and see how it works. I'm using my Benina machine today, so it looks a little different to the one you're used to seeing. Go ahead, turn it on. Thank you all for the birthday messages. I really appreciate that. It was on Thursday, and it was a fairly quiet day. I didn't do a whole lot, but that's how I like it, so that is a good thing. All right, so looks like you can all... Okay, so what is pounce? It is a chalk. I'll go ahead and pull it out and show you real quick. And I'm going to demonstrate this in more detail later on. But basically, it comes in white or blue. It's like a very, very fine chalkish powder. And if someone can explain it better than I can, please let me know. And then you usually put it into some sort of device. This is the one that I have. It's just padded, and then you put it in the top. And then basically what you do is you put your stencil down. I can do a quick demonstration. Hang on. Oh, please hold. So you have like a stencil here, and then you put it down. This is just a quick demo. I'll show in more detail in this a little bit. And then you basically get this thing, and then you just rub it, and it transfers the chalk onto the material itself, and it leaves a nice little line on there so you can follow along with your free motion machine. But we'll get to that a little later on. I wanted to do my ruler work first. So that's what we have planned for this morning. Where did I get the pattern for the flower? It was from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. I can go look up the link for it later and put it in. I really should have. Oh, okay. See, someone tells me something every day. You dab it, do not rub. Okay, see, someone told me I had to rub it. So, see, I'm learning stuff all the time. I am brand new to this. So we'll try dabbing it and see what happens. But before we get to all that, we'll go ahead and do my little ovals. If you missed Becca's live last night, definitely go check that out. It was a lot of fun. Her and Donna and Tucker and Mary from the Crafty Panda, who doesn't have a channel, but she's a good friend of Becca's. They all hung out and had a really good time last night. All right, Dawn says, I think pounce chalk can disappear with a hot iron. Yeah, I've heard dabbing it with like vinegar and water works as well. If you anyone that's good with pounce and knows how to remove it, let me know. I tried rubbing it off last night on a block that I wasn't happy with last night, and it came off for the most part as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started with this, and we'll see how this works. And this is just more for me for practice than anything else. I mean, this is not going to win any quilt show awards, but I don't plan on entering any shows, so that's just perfectly fine with me. Okay. And so what is everyone else working on today? Are we working on projects? Are we going out to do errands? Are we all just trying to stay inside and not freeze to death? Let me know what you are all up to. All right. Dawn says she listened to the Sobecca stream. It was a nice birthday for her. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And iron will usually take the pounce out. Okay. Stephen's also saying that any creator on here would like to have him interview them for his channel, please send him an email. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I interviewed with Stephen last year. It was a lot of fun. He does it usually as a pre-record, so that way he'll just set up a date and time with you, and then he releases it as a video. And that was a lot of fun. He reached out to me about this time last year, and I've already messed up, but that's okay. Look, I told you to stay down. Okay, so we did one little thing already. Can you all see okay? Let me try and move this a little closer. Sorry. Okay, Kay's going to try and finish her double Irish chain this weekend. Okay, Stephen's he says he's working on 2 projects at the same time, quilting a quilt with my long arm and working on a bear claw table runner using my AccuQuilt. Then I'm off for an in-person, so busy boy I am. Yes, he's always definitely very, very busy. Okay. Oh, it looks like we may have frozen. All right. All right, Janet says it is 28 degrees and it's 9:10 p.m. So for anyone in the US, that is roughly like 85. So yeah, they're in the middle of summer, so they are not freezing to death. If you want to go somewhere warm, go hang out with Janet, or Pam, or Nicole if she is still here. This is looking nice so far. Eli might be a free motion quilter yet. Okay. Well, we better take these pins out, otherwise we're going to have a lot of fun in a minute. Yeah, so if you have a channel and you haven't interviewed with Stephen or Donna yet, definitely reach out to both of those wonderful people because they do an excellent job at doing interviews. I do the occasional interview here and there, but I usually leave it up to them because they do it a whole lot better than I can. All right, good morning, Angie. It's good to see you here this morning with us. She says that I have a hoop that came with my brother. I think it's used to do free motion quilting as well. I've never used it. If you haven't tried free motion, give it a go. I mean, it's a little weird for sure when you start off, but it's like anything else. If you don't practice, you will never get better at it. And whoop, come back here, you. I choose to practice in front of, let's see, 37 people. Flip it around this way. Hopefully that can inspire someone to give it a go. All right, so the flower block that you're using reminds me of spring. That's what Dawn says. Yes, I love these blocks, and I have 9 of them. And I originally thought about making them into a quilt, but it's really not big enough, and I don't really want to spend the time to make a full quilt because I have so much else going on. So I thought, why not just use them as free motion practice? They'll make beautiful wall hangings. And so for right now, that's what we're doing. Okay. Okay, says you might stop her double wedding ring for the moment. Sherry says, just watching you. Good morning. It's good to see. And trying to learn the free motion quilting. It's 36 degrees here in Alabama as well. What part of Alabama? I've been down there for work about, geez, it would have been 10 years ago now. Getting old. We went down to the Birmingham area. I went down to Montgomery to see the Biscuits baseball game. But yeah, definitely give free motion a try. If you're a bit nervous about it, like I was, I would suggest trying ruler work like this or the stencils and the punts that I'm going to show you a little later on. So Diane says free motion is so hard for me, definitely not my area. even I don't want to watch me. I sometimes don't know if I'm the best person to watch, but you know, we can all have some fun together while we do this. All right. And I am really making this up as I go along. I find the rules are really good because they give you a nice guide. And I think you really need to give yourself some grace. Like when you first do this, you're going to look at it and go, this is not great. You know what? I can do whatever I want. Let me spin it around this way. Go ahead and remove a few more pins. All right, Quilt Addicts Anonymous has a series on using stencils and pounce. Okay, that is awesome to know. Thank you so much for that, Christine. I really haven't had a chance to look up a lot of tutorials, but I want to. So thank you so much for um, telling me that. Okay, Ange is asking, do I have my feed dogs down? The answer to that is yes. Thank you for asking because a lot of times I forget. But the nice thing with this machine, it's my Bonita. I use it basically for quilting only. So because I'm practicing my free motion as well, I tend just to keep the feed dogs down on it all the time. But no, thank you so much for reminding me because I will forget if I'm not careful. So never be afraid to ask. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything else? Okay. Kathy says, I'm working on machine applique blocks today. That is awesome. I love applique. You may have seen me put out a video earlier this week showing a lot of the applique blocks that I've done with my machine. Well, a couple of years ago now, but and that was a lot of fun. I love applique, and I plan on doing some more tutorials and more events with applique throughout the year. So if you're interested in that or want to learn or just know what it's about, let me know. And speaking about that too, a couple of people commented, spin this around so I can see what I'm doing, make it easier, that my applique looked like it had used the satin stitch. And I actually used a zigzag stitch. I didn't know about the satin stitch, but it looks like a really neat thing for me to use. So I'm going to have to see if um, either of my machines do it. I think this one will probably for sure. I'm not so sure about the brother, but thank you for mentioning that. I didn't even know that was a thing. So I learned so much from you guys. I really, really, really do, and I appreciate that more than you can ever say. Okay, move my hand out of the way so you can all see what I'm doing. All right, so I think it's turned out really nice. It's getting just like a little flower thing in the middle. And that's what I was going for. All right. Okay, good morning, Kerry. It's good to have you. Let's see. Someone's been working on the socialites thing. That's been a lot of fun to watch. Okay. Kay says it's a designer mystery quilt from Backwater Shop, a season in blue by Etya Sitar, and the puzzle mystery quilt that's coming up. Yes, the Cock and Cuts puzzle mystery quilt shipped yesterday, and mine is already here. So I'm doing the lavender, and I'm going to be actually sewing the first clue on a live next weekend at 8 p.m. With my friend Beth Goody from Goody Goods. She is doing one of the colorways, and I cannot remember the name of the one that she's doing. I'm going to be doing the lavender, which is a series of purples. So we're going to be doing that together. I'll have my live next Saturday morning, and have Tucker with Tucker's Sewing and Quilting with me in the morning. And then 12 hours later, we are going to come live again with Beth. And so Blue One. So that's the same time as our friends at So You Go On. So if you need to save money next Saturday night, come hang out with us. We will love to have you. All right. This. Okay, yours hasn't been sent yet. Sometimes the tracking on that, Janet, doesn't show. It depends if the post office actually scans it at origin. I've noticed in the past it will show it's like they've created a label, but then it doesn't show anything until it gets to my post office. So um, I'd say more than likely that's all that's happened. I think when the post office receives those thousands and thousands and thousands of clues at once, they just scan as many as they can and just throw the rest in the box and down the road it goes. We need to do that one next. Yeah, okay, if you're doing any videos on that, let us know. We'd love to see that. Okay, Janice isn't doing a good job. Thank you. I'm really enjoying this. This has turned out really, really, really nicely so far. I'm trying to decide if this pattern would look nice on the somber quilt, which is the one I finished like New Year's Day this year, the one with all the reds and the yellows, oranges, and that with the gray background. Talk more about that once we get this little bit done, which we're not far from. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, she's saying that if you are enjoying the video, please hit the like button. It helps me out immensely. It helps YouTube know that you guys are enjoying the video, and it will help recommend it to others. So, yeah, we can create a sort of little community. I really should move my hand so you can actually see what I'm doing. Move you down a little bit. Ah, my ruler's upside down. How about that? Okay. Nancy says, I really like your quilting work, Sean, and it looks nice. Thank you. Okay, Donna says she has a special event with Mike Odell's Legit Kits at 7 p.m. Eastern and don't want to miss yours. Oh, next weekend? Okay. All right. You and I and Beth will need to talk. Maybe we'll change our time. Yeah, we'll stay in touch in that. So all right, Laura Fuller Earth and hello. I am actually not catching the video at the end. LOL. Been filming a few videos as well. I'll upload them on my YouTube channel afterwards. Yeah, Laura has her own channel as well. She's fairly new to it. Um, Go check her out as well. She has a lot of fun stuff. She is a predominantly hand sewer, and she's actually just starting to learn how to use a machine. And I think that is really neat that she has she's a lot of us do machines first and then switch over to hand for something different. But she has always been a hand sewer and is now doing the machine. So yeah, definitely go check her out. See if that's something that and if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well. But it is good to have you here with us today, Laura, because I think a lot of times you catch me at the very end. Carrie says she is considering a redesign of her temperature quilt. Good. We are the only 1 month into the year. Yeah, I need to show you all how I do my temperature quilt very, very soon. That is on my list, and I keep forgetting to do it. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Deolinda is asking, are these quilting rules specific to my Bonita? I have a brother sewing an embroidery one. No, these are not. These are from a company called Quilters Rule. You can use them with any machine that you like. You just have to have a ruler foot, which is, if you can see here, it's a special foot for your machine. You have to buy a special foot for your machine, and that one is specific. Basically, it's a 1/4 inch high, so that way the ruler doesn't jump up over it. But these rulers you can use with any machine. The website is quiltersrule.com. I bought them when I was at the quilt show last year, and I'll probably be going back to get some more. Because I just grabbed this one. There's a straight rule, which you would have seen earlier, which I'll actually bring out in a minute. I'm going to use that in just a moment. And then some circles as well. So now that I have made my little star, or flower, or whatever you want to call it, I will show you how it looks. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I am so pleased with this. So there we go. So there we go. And basically all I did was use this ruler. I went up, flipped him around and back, and then just went around like 8 different times, like around the circle. So um, that turned out really, really nicely. I am so pleased with how that looks. It's as good as I expected. Um, it is so, yeah, and it's easy. Like you just follow the rule. Yeah, you just use the ruler as a guide. So what I would like to do is use it on the Summer quilt, and I'll grab that real quick. If just bear with me a moment. Look, don't you fly away. Use it on this quilt, same sort of design. Like I'd start here in the middle and use the bigger one to come out and back. So that's kind of what I'd like to do quilting design on this. I thought it'd be something different and fun. All right, let's just put you away. All right, so now we've done that. Crafty Made Stitches says, I bought Angela Walters rulers and I'm sorry to say I have not got brave enough to try it. Give it a go. I've heard some good things about Angela Walters rulers. I have not tried them. I'm very interested in taking a look to see what she has and that sort of thing now. But I have not had a chance to play it. Actually, I haven't bought any of those yet, but maybe we'll see. All right. Maybe we should all set up a Zoom or something like that for anyone that's interested. And, we can all just kind of, learn together, just have a bit of fun. Okay, so now we have the straight ruler. And, of course, it's upside down. And I thought we might just have do a little bit of work here on the stem part of it. And I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along. All right, good morning, Pat Strawhouse. It is good to see you. She is from the upper part of Ontario in Canada, so I'm sure she is probably freezing to death. Sherry Bishop says, wow, looks awesome and very neat. Great. Okay, Dawn says she has to scoot. I'll catch the rest in the replay. It's good having you with us for a little while, Dawn. It's always good to have you. Thank you for joining me this morning. All right, let's go ahead and we'll start here. We really should start from the center, right? Isn't that like free motion quilting 101? All right, Katie Craft says, I tried using rulers for free motion quilting on my patriotic quilt, and it was fine until I got to the blue fabric and then would skip stitches. That's interesting. Did you have a new needle? I think having a new needle could be a cause. I mean, I am not an expert on this by any stretch of the imagination. Laura says she has the block squares rulers, which are real handy, as you can use that as a template for patchwork quilting. Okay, that's a neat idea too. All right, let's just start. We'll start here and see what happens. We're making this up as we go along. Okay, there we go. Okay, Laura says she likes the Zoom idea. Yeah, let us know if that's something that you're interested in. We might do it maybe on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Yeah, maybe that would be a good way for us all just to learn together, ask questions. Maybe I can find someone that knows what they're talking about. Good morning from Tennessee, Yvonne. It is good to have you. Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you enjoy it. We are here doing some, right now we're doing some ruler work on a tulip block that I made last year as part of a swap. And then after that, I'm going to pull out another block and do some stencil and pounce chalk. So we're doing a little bit of everything this morning. Let's see. Should be a little further. And my suggestion too, with your free motion quilting, if you're just getting started, start with small blocks like this. This is making me feel a whole lot more comfortable because I'm just working with a small block. I think this is like 10 by 20. Um, yeah, I'm not having to move around a whole big quilt, or and if I mess this up, I'm not wasting a whole big quilt. Okay, let's see. Pat says she's about 3 hours north of Toronto. Yes, it's cold here, but it's warmed up a bit. Now it only feels like minus 32 Celsius or minus 26 Fahrenheit. Yeah, you can keep that all to yourself. I admire you people up there that can handle that cold weather. That is not me. Today is a really good day for me to stay inside and sew. All right, so we've done that line now. And then I saw someone the other day that does two lines close to each other and then does like a gap and then does two more lines. So I think we've got to try that. Okay. Crafty Mate Stitch said she's got to practice on some small table runners for my home, and that's excellent. Yeah, table runners are great for practicing. Um, by the way, I accidentally broke the needle on the machine I was using in the group as the material's a bit too thick for it, but the tutor was so understanding. I said about using machines. So, yeah, you are going to break needles. It's going to happen. I've broken several needles, and it's usually when I forget to change my quarter-inch foot to the regular one, and then it goes zigzag, and it just goes bang. So, yeah, at least you've gotten that out of your system early. All right, let's see. What was I doing here? Did I go too far? Probably, but that's okay. Okay, I said earlier, I'm just making this up as we go along. Okay, let's. Okay, what am I quilting? I am quilting this tulip block that I made as part of a block swap last year, and I just want to get some practice on some free motion quilting, and I thought, well, this would be a good way for me to learn as anything else. So that's what I'm working on, and then Um, once I finish this, I'm going to go ahead and move on to a different block that I made last year and use some stencils and some pounce because it's after I did my last ruler work episode live, people asked me to do more, which I want to do, but that's what I wanted to do today. And then some others were asking me about the pounce and the stencils that I was talking about. So it'll be a lot of fun just to do that for something different today. Plus, I want to get more confident with free motion quilting so I can do more of it this year. And the only way I'm going to get better is by practicing. Okay. Yeah, Laura says our brother machines they were using. I saw a bargain on Argos, a single machine for 130 pounds. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I love my little brother machine. If you haven't already guessed it, I mean I do all my piecing on it. And then I use this machine for quilting. Oh, I went too far yet again. And then this one here is a Benina Aurora 440 Quilters Edition. It's about 20 years old, but it does a beautiful job quilting. And then I bought a So Steady. Is it So Steady? Yeah, So Steady extension table for it. And it makes a huge difference when it comes to wrangling big quilts. All right. This is looking nice. I'm doing a good job on this, I think. So how do we do this? Oh, one was smart. We would do it like that, wouldn't we? All right, look at this stitch in the ditch. That worked out nicely. All right, here comes the fun part. Let's see if I can do the same thing on the other side. All right, let's see. Okay. Good morning, Nellie. It's good to have you as well. It's always good to see you. Good morning, Stacy Lee. It's always good to have you here as well. Stacy also has a channel. She is a wonderful lady from New Zealand. She is now in New Jersey, I believe. She has a weekly premiere as well. She's doing a wonderful solo along with different blocks. If you haven't seen her stuff, please go check her out. She has such a wonderful array of videos. I really enjoy watching her channel. And she'll be joining me here on a live in about, what is it? I think mid-April. So we'll have her here, a little later on. I'm really, really looking forward to having her with me. Okay. Never going to match this up, so yes, I will. I'm a smart cookie. Hang on. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me while I sit here and talk to myself and try and figure this stuff out. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now we're in business. I know what I'm doing now, I think. Okay, yes, April 22nd. Okay, so, um, all right, so Stacy, when if you and anyone else that wants to know, if you ever need to tag someone, you just put the @ sign and then the name of the person. So you'd put hash at Janet Johnson, and if you're on a computer, it should start filling it in for you once you get the first couple of letters in. But yeah, it's the @ sign and then immediately the name of the person. Yeah, Janet is a subscriber of Stacy Lee. She's actually the one that told me about her, and I appreciate that. So, but yeah, no, Stacy's a good lady. I like her a lot, and I'm very excited to have her on in April as well. Let's see. If you ever have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will read all the chat and let me know, and I'll try and answer it as quickly as I can for you. I don't have all the answers, so my answer might be is I don't know, but we'll definitely. All right, down we go. Okay, let's see. Good morning. Okay, you're quilting something out. Well, okay, so let's see. Yeah, let us know where you're all watching from, which state, and what your current temperature is. Let's see who has the coldest weather. I think Pat might win, but we'll see. Maybe we've got someone watching from the depths of Antarctica or something. If you are watching from Antarctica, please let me know. Laura is asking, is anyone else using TikTok, by the way, for their advertising? I'm contemplating it as on YouTube and Instagram and that sort of thing there as well. You may want to get in touch with Courtney from Pieces Love and Quilting. I know she does a lot on TikTok. I don't know if she does advertising, but um, there are several content creators out there that do release stuff on TikTok as well. I think TikTok's really good if you're doing like shorts or little videos like that. And then the other one that does a lot of there as well is I can't remember her name, from Little Glass Quilts. She was on here with me a couple of times. I know she's on TikTok a lot. I am not. I do have an Instagram account. I occasionally post there. I don't do it nearly enough. I'm kind of bad about that. But yeah, no, TikTok's fun. I like Instagram for inspiration for quilts. I see a lot of quilt designs, a lot of quilts that people make on there, and I really enjoy watching stuff on that or looking at different quilts there. Okay, let's see where we're at. That's that. That's that. Okay. Put you up here. Okay. Okay, Nicole says she's heading off to bed because it's getting pretty close to midnight for her. We'll catch you on the replay. It's looking fabulous. Looking forward to seeing how it turns out. Good night, all. Thank you so much for joining me, Nicole. It's always good to have you. I love your channel, and I will hopefully catch you on your live on Wednesday night, or it'll be Thursday morning for her. All right, so. And the thing I like about this ruler work is it's really given me more confidence. And I think after this, I might be able to go do some like stuff without rulers, like feathers and all that sort of good stuff. So I will warn you, it's not cheap to get started on these rulers. I mean, the ruler foot for the Benina, I think, was about $110, and then the rulers for the three of them was like 20 bucks a piece. But if it gives you the motivation and the confidence to do it, you know, it may be worth it for you. Okay, so let's pull that out and show you how I did. All right, so for anyone that came in late, we did this part here first with the what I like to call flower, and then I just did some lines underneath as well. It is not perfect, but I think it turned out pretty well. So that's what I've done so far. Okay, so Anthony, Texas is 28 degrees, but it's supposed to be close to 70 today, not 7 a.m. yet. Okay, well, um, yeah, I wouldn't mind it being 70 today. I think it's supposed to get up to like 30 or 31 today, which is -1 for anyone in the um, metric world. I'm in New Jersey, it is -13. Well, it's a good thing I didn't go to Jersey today, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Kathy says it looks like a good rule to start FMQ. Do I need any particular foot? I have a free motion foot, but I haven't tried that yet. You you need what they call a ruler foot. Let me just pull it off real quick. It looks like a free motion foot, but it is a lot thicker here. It's about a 1/4 inch thick. They say you need it. I think it's so the ruler doesn't jump up over the foot itself and get stuck in the needle. I'm guessing that's what it is. If I am wrong and someone knows more than I do, please intervene and let me know, because I could be right. Sorry, it's 9 in Fahrenheit. Okay. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, okay. Oh, -13 Celsius, 9 in Fahrenheit. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. I was like, how's it so cold up there? Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, you're like me. I have to think in both systems. Ange says it looks good. I've made good progress. Janet's sweating to death. It's not nice weather here at the moment. Very humid. We get very humid here in Virginia in the summertime, so I really do feel your pain at the moment, even though it's I am almost freezing to death. So we're going to put that to the side for right now, and I'm going to play that later on today, hopefully. And I thought now would be time to let's go ahead and try some of the stencil work and fonts. So what I did last night to prepare, so what didn't look totally inept, was I pulled out this block. This was a freezer applique block that I did last year, and I went ahead and put the pounce on it already. And it's like a feather design, so I thought we'll go ahead and just start with that and see how far we get, and then I'll show you how the pounce goes on and do that as well on a different block, which is the FPP block that I showed a little earlier. I took the pounce off this, so I figured I'd put it back on again. Quilting Compound is asking, is that a Sew Steady table? Yes, it is, and I love it dearly. I bought the biggest one they had. I think it's 24 by 32. I think it was like $150 or $160, and it is worth every penny. I would do it again in a heartbeat. If you have a domestic machine and you have trouble getting, and you don't have one of those countersunk tables where it's flush, this is an excellent option. I can pull it. The nice thing about this is it's custom fit for the machine. They you tell them which model, which brand of machine you have. They cut out the insert here for you, and it slides straight in. And then I pull it out when I want to quilt, and then when I'm done with it, I just pull it out, I set it to the side, and then I can just use my cutting mat and that sort of thing underneath there. So yeah, Sew Steady table, if you've been thinking about it, if you're on the fence, I didn't know if I wanted to spend the money on it. I'm so glad I did. Worth absolutely every penny. I would do it again in a heartbeat. You've been researching those for your Benina. I bought mine from, I think it was Sewing Machines Plus or something like that. Because if you buy from Sew Steady, and it could have changed in the 2 or 3 years since I bought it, they were going to charge something like $50 or $60 for shipping, and I got it. Oh, we had the same machine. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I bought it from, I think it was Sewing Machines Plus, and they had it for the same price but with free shipping. So it ended up being like $50 or $60 cheaper for me to buy it from them. Basically, they send the order into Sew Steady, they make it and get it shipped, and they cover the shipping as well. Yeah, so check out your shipping rates. It's going to be at the same price everywhere that you look. But yeah, try and see if you can get free shipping on it, because if you can, yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Teresa Foister says she has a 440 Benina and a Sew Steady table, so worth it. And this is the same machine as what you have apparently. So that is really, really awesome. And yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm not sponsored by them or anything else. I am just an absolutely huge fan of the Sew Steady table. So yeah, if you're on the fence about buying one, yeah, go for it. Good morning, Patricia. It is good to have you. I'm so glad you're able to join us this morning. We are here. I was working on some ruler work earlier on a block, and now I'm going to use my pounce and stencils to try and do some work. Janet is asking, does the chalk come off easily? I tried rubbing it off on this block last night, just because I did too much and I needed to do it block by block. And it seems to come off for the most part. There's different ways of doing it, apparently. Some people say you can use like a mixture of vinegar and water. Some are saying a hot iron will work. So I'm going to try that sort of stuff out later. I wish my friend Courtney was here because she's the one that sent it to me. She'd be able to tell me for sure how to do it. But yeah, I mean, it seems to come off reasonably easy. I think like if you wash it, it should come off. So I think yeah, for the most part, it should come off fairly easily. And they sell all sorts of stencils. I mean, they have all different designs. There's feathers, there's flowers, there's all sorts of stuff. I remember when I went to the quilt show last year, there was like this huge store, it was like 2 or 3 stores wide that had nothing but stencils. And I almost bought some last year to get started, but then I ultimately decided against it. And then Courtney reached out to me and said, "Hey, look, I'm getting rid of all this stuff. If you want it, I'd be happy to send it to you." And I was like, "That's awesome." So at least now I have a way to get started. And if there's anything I don't have, I can now go out this year, like because the quilt show is coming up at the end of the month, and maybe get some more, or I may just get some more rulers. Just doing this today, I think it's really fun because I kind of get nice. I can practice on both and see which method works better for me. Oh. So hopefully you can see the lines that I'm following. All right. Sorry, I'm quiet, but this looks like a drunk 4-year-old did it, but that's okay. We are not going to be a perfectionist at the beginning. All right, let's see. I'm on the page right now. I use an air pen where it actually dissolves the mark completely and made after a few hours. Plus, I use chalk. Yeah, I've heard about that, and I was wondering how that worked. Christine says they also have a grid glider that sticks to the table to make fabric slide more smoothly. I keep mine on all the time, and it's removable for cleaning. I find that even without that, at least with mine, I find there's no problem with it gliding. But I saw that and I decided not to get it. But that is definitely good information to have. But yeah, so far, I mean, it glides beautifully. Yeah, abs huge, huge, huge fan. I keep meaning to do a video about it, like a review, but I haven't. Maybe I should. But yeah, if you don't have a long arm or the resources to get one, and you want to do domestic quilting, you can do a whole lot worse than getting one of these. Okay. Okay, let's go down here. Okay. Cheryl says the grid slider is helpful when doing larger pieces. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I do remember seeing like there was a bunch of different options when I went to go purchase it. So um, yeah, it's always good to have that sort of feedback because you never know if it's just something like that's actually worth something or if they're just trying to sell you like optional extras to make it. Does that make sense? All right, Janet says she only does straight line quilting, and that's how I've been in the past. I really have made it a goal for myself this year to try and yeah, branch out a little. And I'm doing the leaves. Isn't that funny? Branch out a little bit and try something new. So yeah, you and I are definitely in the same boat. And if you are happy with straight line quilting, that is awesome. But I think as I progress in my skills as a quilter and I want to try new things, I want to try just about everything. Now, the only problem I can see right now with this ponce is it rubs off really quickly. Like I'm running out of, like, having trouble seeing some of it already. So this may be a very short-lived experiment. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? Okay. Okay. Dealinda says I sent Ken Sewing Center what kind of foot I need for rulers for my machine. There's a kit with a foot and rulers. A little pricey, so I don't want to get the wrong foot. Yeah, that's a good idea. My foot for the Benina was about $110. It was not cheap. I cringe when I swipe my card to buy it, but it's working out nicely. So, but yeah, definitely make sure you get the right one because I would hate for you to spend all that money and it not be the right one. Yeah, if you have a dealer or something like that that sold you the machine, yeah, definitely check with them. There are aftermarket ones on Amazon that might be a little cheaper, but I was just a little wary of that. I figured I was just better off just spending the extra, get the official Benina part, and then I know it's going to be right. I mean, I think I'm going to have this machine for the next 10, 15 or so years, so I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. So let me know if you've ever done stencil work and what you think of it. Laura says she likes the idea of the stencils definitely. Amy says I made a quilt specifically with the goal of practicing free motion quilting. It turned out great. What's really neat about it is I can see improvement of FMQ from the middle to the outer borders, and that is definitely true. I saw that with what I was just working on earlier. Like, yeah, at first it's going to look quite possibly like a hot mess, and you know, I think you just need to be okay with that and just say, okay, look, I'm not going to be perfect. Let's go around. If you went and asked Angela Walters how she was with her first free motion quilting part, she'd probably tell you she was a hot mess. I mean, I haven't talked to her, so I can't, tell you for sure, but I'm almost certain. I mean, there are those people out there with magical talent that were probably great the first time round, but I know for sure that is not me. And what I'm noticing too is that my prompt is disappearing. But now that I've kind of got an idea of how this scallops, I can just kind of make it up as I go along. So that to me as well is I'm learning. What is your concern? Oh, see, the machine says you have not put your foot down. That's why it was beeping at me, isn't it? It's smarter than I am. Okay, let's go down here and then we'll see how well we did. And I'm hoping the answer is you're not going to win any quilt show awards, but it looks okay. Okay, let's pull this out and see how well we did. Okay, where's my wonderful little scissors? If you are doing free motion quilting, I recommend getting a little pair of like embroidery scissors. Um, they make cutting the strings a whole lot easier. These were actually sent to me by Stephanie from Stephanie Stitches last year as a little bonus gift with an order I got, and I am so thankful to her for doing that because I didn't have any, and they've been an absolute godsend. Yeah. You can really see all the mistakes I made on the back, but you you got to start somewhere. All right, so this is what I did on the back. As you can see, it's a little jagged mess, but that's okay. All right, and then that's what I've done on the front so far. So just a little bit, but it kind of gives you an idea of how it works. Amy says, making the quilt with the purpose of free motion quilting took away the fear of trying. I totally agree with that. I think this is, I mean, I didn't make it for this purpose, but I just made it for this. Jana says she needs to go to bed. We'll try and sleep. At very hard in this heat we're having. I am so sorry. I hope it calms down for you as well. Yeah, it cools down a bit. Deolinda says it looks great. Good morning, Bettina. It's good to see you. Teresa saying for pouncing, I love the Benina BSR foot included in my machine many years ago. I really haven't. I've tried that once or twice. Have not really messed with the BSR foot a whole lot. I think the 440 was one of the first ones that they released with the BSR. I do have it. Maybe I'll play at that a little later on and see if there's a whole lot of difference. Cheryl says it looks a whole lot better than my first try. Oh well, this is not my first time trying free motion quilting. I've done a little bit in the past, but I've always done it for a while, looked at it, and then just put it away. But I'm determined this year to do more. So I'm going to put this one away real quick, and I'm going to show you how the pouncing is actually applied to the project itself. So this is my block. Let's see if I can put it there where you can actually see it. And let's see, do I want to use that one? No, let's do this. Let's do something simpler. Let's use this one. Yeah, that'll look nice there. Nice and easy. I like nice and easy. So I'm just going to put it over this pink section. All right, and then I'm going to get my pounce, which I think I left. Oops, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Oh, where did you disappear to? Oh, there you are. Okay, so this is my pounce. Hey, the BSR makes a big difference, especially on consistent stitches. Okay, I'm going to have to go play with that later on then today. Okay, so this is my pounce. It already has, I think there's chalk in here. There was earlier. Oh, let's see if I can make a big chalky mess. No, you know what? We're not going to do that on mine. All right, so I'm supposed to dab it. Is what Sean told me earlier from Molly Lasagna. I rubbed it last night and it seemed to work okay. Let's see if it's actually showing. Okay, that didn't work. All right, so now let's try and rub it and see what happens. You watch. I'm probably out of chalk. Ah, that's no fun. Okay, so now we're going to have a real barrel of fun. Please hold. Oh yeah, it's bone dry. See? Nothing in there. Okay, so when you run out of chalk, you get more. She double bagged it, so that must mean it makes a heck of a mess. This is going to be a lot of fun. Good thing the vacuum cleaner's nearby. Okay. And if anyone's asking how long this stuff lasts, I have no idea. In you go. Come on. Pull it over here so everyone can see me making a mess. You think I'd come more prepared? Okay. All kidding aside, we actually didn't do too bad. We didn't destroy everything. So, there might be hope for this project yet. In you go. All right. See, we keep it real here. You will learn along with me. All right. Teresa says, good job. Patricia says, good job. Thank you all for your support. It makes it. Okay. So, Let's see. I was told you could dab it. Let's try that. Hadn't done a whole lot, so try and rub it. That's not really working either. All right, Christine says, try loading the pounce and then start at the top and drag it down. Okay. Probably just like anything else, you just have to wait for it to. Good morning, Dawn. It's good to see you. We are attempting to get this pinch thing to work yet again. It was working until we ran out of juice. And now it's just trying to be a little bit stubborn. And if it doesn't work, then we'll just do something else. See if it works against the side of my pants. Oh, now it's working. Okay. Now we might be in business. Cheryl says just give it a good smack to start. That's exactly what I did against my pant legs. Oh, there we go. Now it looks like we're getting somewhere. Okay. All right. See, and this is why I like doing these things and learning with you all watching, because not only do I get to make a fool of myself online, I actually get to learn something because you guys know more than I do. And the only way I'm going to learn is by someone telling me. So it is not perfect, but I can kind of see where I'm going. So we're just going to go along with it. Okay, Sean, pounce it, tap it hard, it'll make the chalk to go through. Yep, I saw that. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so like before, I'm just following the line that I can barely see, but that's okay. This is just practice. Oh, that's charming. All right, she says, make sure you clean the machine afterwards. It gets messy and gritty. Don't iron the blue chalk, only the white chalk comes off. Okay, this is all good information. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'm having fun with this, but I'm thinking at this moment, if someone asks me, I'm thinking that I might stick with the rulers. Maybe pull this out for special projects, but I don't know that stencils are going to be my jam. Because yeah, if I have to clean the machine and try and clean all this stuff off and everything else, I don't know that that's my idea of a good sign. Good morning, Sheila. It's good to see you. It's always good to have you and everybody else with us. Oh wow, we've got 68 people watching us right now. That is awesome. Good morning, Teresa. It is good to have you here today. I saw you on Becca's Live a little bit last night, but I didn't get a chance to say hi because I had to run away and do some other stuff. But it's always good to see my friend Teresa all these. If you haven't checked out Teresa's channel, please do so. She does a lot of lives, usually in the evening times because she's out there on the West Coast, so she must be up early because I think it's only 6 o'clock where she is. But yeah, definitely check out Teresa's channel. She does a lot of cool stuff. Okay, Janine, is that how I pronounce it? She says, like you, stencils aren't my jam. Yeah, I mean, I've had fun with this. I'm really glad that I tried it. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't try it again. I'm just not thinking this is going to be my method of free motion quilting. I think the rulers and just getting more practice. But now that someone was telling me about the BSR and it actually works, I need to give that a shot because I do have the BSR thing for the machine. I just haven't really used it. Well, this really does look like a drunk 4-year-old did it. I really do hope that I've entertained you, hopefully inspired someone to at least try something. Sean at the Molly Lasagna says Teresa will release I Quilt 2 has a calming effect on me. She is so relaxed. Love her. And I totally agree with that. She is very relaxing to listen to. I love all my content creator friends, but yeah, she is definitely one where you could just sit there and listen to her. I've had people tell me that that I'm similar to that, where they can just put me on in the background and listen while they sew, which I think is absolutely awesome. All right, so I'm no longer following the pounce because it's kind of all disappeared. I'm just kind of making stuff up as I go along now. Oh yeah, there's blue chalk all over the place here. Oh, I guess I'll be playing clean the machine later. All right, let's see. I failed on the no spending dollars yesterday at the quilt store. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawn. The nice thing about my quilt store is that it is 45 minutes away and 2 tunnel tolls to get there and back. So I really, really have to want to go before I get there. I did spend money on fabric this week, but it's all for background fabric. Um, so I consider that a win. I left everything else in the store. All my Kona cotton. I got a bunch of, actually got, I feel like a real quilter now. Oh, come here. Because I bought an entire bolt of fabric. So, yeah, I feel like I'm a real quilter now. A lot of the content creators have all that stuff, bolts and bolts of stuff in the back. And I'm not there yet, but yeah, I want to do some backing on a lot of stuff. So I bought that. And then Joanne had a really good sale on their wide Kona cotton. So I got some of that in the white as well. So I should be good for backing for quite some time, which is good because I have a lot of quilt tops to quilt. You can still see what I'm doing, right? Yes, okay, thank goodness. Okay, Stacy says, I'll be sure to check out Teresa Lee's. Yeah, and definitely check out Stacy Lee Creative if you haven't done so as well, because she's a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone else is still here that has a channel. If so, please let me know. I'm going to try and put your link in the chat. Okay. All right, let's go down here, do the other side, and then I think we'll go ahead and wrap up and send you all on your merry way in a little bit. All right, Christine says, have a great day, Sean, and everyone got to run and buy drywall. Okay, yeah, you have fun with that. I am not a construction dude. I am, yeah, not. Let's see. They had Tula on sale. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I actually discovered my local quilt shop does sell Tula, like for the first time, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Haven't bought any yet, and I know I'm probably going to get shunned for that, but they didn't have a whole lot, and there wasn't anything there that was speaking to me. So, but now that I know that they actually stock it, I'll keep looking at what they have. And I know maybe we'll have some Tula in the collection at some point down the road. Okay. Sheila says the only purchase she made this week was at the Medina store. She needed a twin needle. All right. Okay. Brenda says she has to call the plumber. Big leak under the sink, not looking like a sewing day. I hope your pipe didn't burst. Now with all this cold weather, that's always a concern. I didn't leave the tap dripping last night, and I woke up in a panic at 4 o'clock this morning, but thankfully nothing had frozen, so let's do one more line on this, and then we'll take a look and see how well we did. Good morning, Julie Quilt. It's good to have you. And Susan Yearout is here with us this morning as well. Thank you so much. Brenda says it looks like a connection just came apart. Okay, well, that is good. That's a whole lot better than having to replace pipe and everything else. Yeah, I am not a plumber. I have no plumbing skills whatsoever. I can change a shower head, and that's about it. So even if I lived closer, I would not be of any help to you, unfortunately. Okay, so pull this out, and we're just doing this for practice. We're doing this for fun. Um, these are just quilt blocks that I made last year. This is actually my first FPP block that I ever made. Beth from Goody Goods and Courtney from Peace and Love and Quilting taught me how to make this. I think this is actually Beth's design. But that's what I did. It looks a little rough. I think I do need to go ahead and get that, put my BSR stitch regulator on, and get that going, just see what sort of difference there is. So we did that this morning, and then a little earlier, in case you came in late, um, we did the leaves on this applique project that I did last year. And then at the beginning of the live, I did my, where did you run off to? Oh, it's gone. Well, you'll have to go back and watch the beginning of, oh no, there it is. Sorry. We'll get it right eventually. We did some work. Actually, I'm going to move the camera real quick, so just bear with me. If you have vertigo, step away. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here I am. And so we did this. I just did my like what I want to call a leaf or a flower, and then just some simple lines underneath as well. So yeah, just if you haven't done free motion, just do some practice, have some fun. Make some small blocks. Yeah, maybe make a 10-inch block. I know you can just do a quilt sandwich, with just regular like a charm pack or something like that. But I would recommend doing like a block that you just have some fun with, because that way you can learn how to do it in different sections as well, rather than just one big block. So, but yeah, if you just practice, just start somewhere. It's going to look less than perfect at the very beginning, but that's okay. I mean, nobody starts off, well, very few people start off, you know, perfection wise at the very, very beginning. It's with practice. It's the same thing of piecing or anything else is there as well. So everyone's saying it looks good. Dawn says it's horrible. It should be a crime not to carry Tula. As soon as I find one that I love her fabrics, there's a lot that she likes. Um, there's just not anything that I saw at the store that suited my fancy. Brenda says that panels are fun. That is definitely a very, very true statement. So yeah, if you want to practice on free motion, maybe grab a panel. I mean, you can usually find panels at most stores. I think they're like between $7 and $10. Um, and that might be a fun way for you to get some pretty fabric and just practice on that as well. Stacy says you've inspired me to try ruler quilting. It definitely interests me. I've had a lot of fun with ruler quilting, and I think now that I've tried both ruler and the stencils, I'm thinking I'm definitely going to lean more towards the ruler work because it's a whole lot less messy. Um, you can see here, I'll show you on my ruler foot. Um, yeah, it's just like full of dust. So Yeah, I think I'll play with it again in the future, but I don't think it's going to be something I'm going to bring up very, very often. So I'm glad I didn't go and spend a whole lot of money on stencils last year. Um, hey, Sean from the Hot Mess Quilted. That is, oh, I'm terrible of names. She was with me a few weeks ago. Susan? I think it's Susan. Let me see if I'm good with names. Terrible. Okay. Lisa says, "Keep at it, Sean. You're doing some great work. Thank you. I'm very happy with what I've done today. Again, it's not perfect. It is not going to win any awards at the Virginia State Fair, but that's not what the intention is. The intention for me with these is just to practice, have some fun, learn some different techniques. I have 9 of these blocks altogether, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do with all 9 of them because it wasn't quite big enough to make any sort of quilt that I'm happy with. Is I'm just going to use it more for free motion quilting. I think it's going to be a great way for me to get some experience and some practice, try different blocks and everything else there as well. Skyfire says I'll have to watch from the beginning. Great job. Yeah, definitely go check it out. It was a great little event this morning where I just tried different types of free motion quilting and different methods all in one go because it was something that quite a few people reached out to me in comments and emails and that sort of thing there and said, hey, I'd love you to do more real work and, tell me more about the ponce. So that's what we had today. Oh, Susan says she's making tea towels today and doing some vinyl iron on. Have you had a chance to find any marking pens for your late? No, I have not. I do need to go do that. That's definitely on my list. Thank you so much for reminding me about that. So before I go, I'm just going to let you know what I have planned for the next week or so, and you'll hear this again tomorrow. So if you forget, 20 minutes from now, like I tend to do, it's perfectly okay. Tomorrow morning we'll have our podcast as usual. I'm excited to be able to show you some progress on the scarecrow block. The hunter star I was able to do. I got some sewing done this week, which is awesome. And then since it's so cold outside today, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'll have to go to the store at some point, but other than that, staying home. And then we'll have some videos next week. And then next Saturday, I'm going to have Tucker join me um, on my live on Saturday morning. But then at 8, well, on Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, we might have to work our times around. Um, I'm going to have Beth from Goody Goods next weekend. We go to sew together Clue 1 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts, the new one, lavender, not the lavender colorway. The Village Green one that just shipped out yesterday. Mine's already here. They kind of sent mine out early because I'm an ambassador, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Definitely check out all my friends' channels. Everyone that has a channel here, definitely go check out their stuff as well. I hope you all have a great day. Try and stay warm. Yeah, the lavender is pretty. I love this. It's a series of purples. It's such beautiful fabrics. It's like blues and purples. I'll pull it out real quick and show you as a little sneak peek. Um, there's 6 different colors, and it's really neat this time around. They used 5 of them. That's the first one. I'll probably never get it back the same way as it did before. That's another one. And there we go. There's some of the others as well. They actually used 5 of the 6 colors in the first clue, which I think is really neat because I think last time around when I did So Sweet, I think we only used like white and green and blue. And it's going to be very interesting for me to do this one with such similar colors because last time it was very, very different. It was white, orange, green, red. Everything was so different. I didn't have to read the clues um, very, very closely because the colors were so different. I remember, I think it was Danny from So Not an Expert. She had like this purplish colorway and she had to really watch the clues a lot more closely, and I'm going to have to as well. Janine's asking which colorway I got. I got the lavender, and then these are the fabrics that is printed. Um, yeah, really, really nice. So I think Becca's doing the cornflower, which was one I was very, very interested in. But the lavender is going to be beautiful. I think it's going to be really nice. It's purple. A lot of you guys like purple, which is really neat as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll start clue 1. And my goal for this is to sew a clue with somebody every month. I'm going to sew with Beth this month. Looks like we'll sew with Becca next month, and then we'll have some other people down the line. So if you are doing the Village Green, and you would like to come on as a guest, and so I would love to have you. It doesn't matter if you have a channel or not. If you're a viewer that would like to come on and just hang out with me for an hour while we put this together, I would love to have you. Please reach out, say hi, say you're interested, and we'll get you set up for a month, and that sort of thing there. So, Sean at Mole Lasagna says, have a great day, everyone. Sean, I use my pounce for hand quilting, never tried it on a machine. Yeah, it might be good for hand quilting. That's definitely a good option. Never thought of that. So maybe that's the way to go. I do need to learn hand quilting soon. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. But with that, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun playing with my free motion quilting. I'm going to do some more throughout the day and over the weekend and so forth. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Happy selling. Have a great day. And we'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day and tell your friends. Bye. As soon as I find the live turn off button. Oop, let's see if that's it. Where is it? Ah, there it is. The X button over here. Maybe that works. All right. See you all later.